Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Habtoor Polo Resort and Club in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, for our first match of the Gold Cup 2025. And this is between Dubai Wolves, the winners of the Silver Cup, and a very exciting game on Saturday afternoon against the UAE. And they are playing against Bangash Polo by Dobson and Horrell. And so the two teams out there on the field. They're about to get themselves sorted out now to get this match underway. The first of the Gold Cup series match, Gold Cup matches. And our lineups, of course, for Dubai Wolves, playing at number 1 is Habtoor on 1 goal. So number 2, Benja Penelo on 7. Felix Hussein on 6 goals at number 3, and Santi Laborde at number 4. And Heidelberg Gash will be playing at number 1. Number 2 will be Federico von Potowski. At 3 will be Thomas Cicerente, and Genero Ringer playing at back. Habtoor starting off on Ruben. And we're already off in the play here now. And coming away with it is Ringer. Ringer on the play. Genero just left that one behind, just came off the back of his mallet. And first onto this one here is Habtoor. Cuts that one away. Out towards the boards here now. Habtoor out there on Ruben, and we get a whistle on the play as we try and turn off the boards there. And for the other ponies starting off here, Benka on Canasta, Felix on Uvita, Santi on Naftalina, and Heidelberg Gash starting off on Marlo, Ferry on Rabicano, Genero on Debiana, and Tomasito on Triple X. And we first of all have the first penalty here in favour of Bangash with Tomasito. Fernando Girente circling round here now. Tomasito comes up, drives, sends that one straight out the front door. It's going all the way, and it looks like it's still travelling, but it just goes to the right-hand side of the goalpost. Very close indeed, a good strong effort there by Tomasito. So the ball's placed on the back line here now for Dubai Wolves to bring into play with Santi Laborde. Taps this one up forward, then cuts that one away from his marker out there for Penelo. Penelo up on the play. Penelo just checks up on that and goes across in towards the middle of the field here now, looking for Felix. Felix looks to pick up the ball, couldn't quite do so. Coming on his near side was Habtoor, but couldn't quite pick that one up. But it looks like it is Genero tries to get in onto that, as does Fetty, trying to spoil the play, and leaves it here now for Tomasito. Checks, turns, faces back up into attack once more, goes under the neck there. This time coming onto it on his near side comes Genero, but we get a whistle on that play. Sorry, it was Fetty on that play coming in there with Felix. Let's see what we can see on the replay here now. Let's see if we can see that a bit more clearly. I think they'll be looking to see the white player, if he was entitled to play it onto his near side, or he had to play it on his stick side, and the ball's being placed down at the spot for a penalty here now in favour of Dubai Wolves. Umpire's deeming that, you know, actually Fetty had to stay on his stick side rather than going over onto his near side. And so players called. Santi Laborde, good to see him back playing here with this Wolves team. Sends that one out now for Penelo. Penelo being marked there by Tomasito. Just brings it forward a little bit further, gets told to use it, looks up to see where his teammates are. Sends that one up forward. He was hoping that maybe Tomasito would yield off a little bit, try to pick that one up there. Did Felix, and the backhand comes in by Potowski. Potowski's backhand now picked up here by Hussein, but it's now picked up in turn by Hussein onto it. First of all, sorry, that was Santi. Comes up onto it here now, flicks that one away from the danger zone. Does Fetty von Potowski, but in doing so it goes out over his back line. The umpires might have just seen a little bit of a foul in there as well, and it looks like we can see on the replay there from the drone that we have a penalty being given in favour of the Wolves. and there's a lot of traffic by the white players just blocking the right of way, and so we have a spot penalty here for a penalty 2, so 15 yards from the goal. And looking to open up the account there, does Pinello, and puts the first one on the board there, does Venka Pinello. So not on handicap, of course, with Bangash being a 19-goal team. There's no handicap given, as this is open. So the two teams get themselves back to the middle of the field here now, with umpire Howard Smith. He's about to throw it in, but we've got a whistle on the play there. Someone coming to the party a little bit too late possibly, or something else going on in there, but they're just having a quick discussion about it. All the players do know the rules, but just sometimes have to be reminded. So just making it perfectly clear there does umpire Smith as he bowls that ball into play, coming away with it here now. Just gets hooked off out of that one there and tries to pick it up here now, does Potowski. Potowski on it, but Pinello flattens himself up onto that one there, but not quite flat enough for the umpires, and he just comes in on his near side. Yes, that's correct, but infringed the line as he did in the right of way possibly, as far as the umpire is concerned, and we might be able to see a little bit more clearly. He came in fairly acutely, and yeah, possibly drifted across in front of Freddie. And so this one gets moved up here now for a penalty 4, a 60-yard penalty in favour of Bangash in the white shirts. So we have Hinera Ringer just teeing this one up. There's a couple of players already looking to change. Freddy looking to get off Ravikana onto Sebastian. Tomasito getting off Triple X onto Baron. That sends Hinera the opportunity to go and change as well, who's changing on to Cambio. So Fedivon Potowski comes up here now. Fedi comes up to it, strikes it, gets half stopped there by Habtoor, but this time it's picked up. It looks like that's going to get cleared away here by Felix. He yields off it, leaves it now for Laborde. Laborde sends it out towards the Villa side, looking for Pinello. Pinello to come and pick this one up, goes for the first time play, coming back over to help him out there and send it up forward. There is Felix. Felix passes that one up, but first to surface with it there will be Renga. Back out to the boards, looking for Potowski. Potowski looking at past his man, gets ridden off out of it. The ball falls here now for Tomasito. Tomasito on the play. Tomasito looking to get away from Pinello. Tomasito looks to come in between the two players and send that ball up forward. Up there this time for Potowski, but the backhand comes in, closing that back door solidly as always is Laborde. But Ringer checks up Kearns, sends it back into the throws once more, keeps moving forward, sends a little backhand here now for Tomasito. Tomasito on the play. He goes with a long shot, up over the top it goes, and in towards the goal it is, but it goes to the left-hand side. So they've had a couple of attempts at goals, have Bangash, still looking to put the points on the board though. And so back in possession are Dubai Wolves with Santiago Laborde. Santi comes under the neck here now for Pinello. They're saying keeping Tomasito off that play, looks for the call, not being marked, not being pressurised at this point in time. So he goes underneath the neck here now, looking for Santi. Santi coming back with him there is going to be Canero. Canero goes on the near side, goes down the board to that one there for Potowski. Potowski picks it up here now. He's got no one gone up forward, but in comes Santi, tries to spoil that play. But Potowski still retains possession, goes to the shot here now and puts that one up high and long and out to the right-hand side. This one's going to go, so they're peppering the goal. Bangash, but not managing to find those points yet. So once again, Santiago Laborde forwarded by Wolves to bring it in here. Santi comes forward with the play, drives this one out wide for Felix. In behind is Pinello. left behind, but Tomasito's trying to sneak in, but no, Polo retains possession. Tomasito wisely coming out of that one there, and he sends it straight up the middle of the field, letting the ball do the work. Nice strong drive there by Polo, up for Laborde. Laborde avoiding that hook there. Gets past one. Can he get past Genero? Genero just pushes him wide on this one here. He's going to have to go back all the way and does so, and just takes it literally off the line. Does Genero Kringa. Out here now for Petowski. Petowski cuts that one underneath the pony here this time. Tries to get back onto it, and we get a whistle on the play. You see, trying to come in between the players, as it were, and come in behind of Felix. And on the repeat for our Polo Line viewers, please drop us a message on Facebook and we'll see if we can give you a shout out about the half time. You know, a couple of players quickly going to change ponies. Once again, there'll be a lot of changing going on. Because from my horse list, there are players literally just giving themselves 3 horses of their main list of 5 chuckers. But a lot of spares, so they'll be chopping and changing all the way through. So the ball being teed up on the 60-yard line for a penalty 4 in favour of Bangash. Dubai Wolves retiring back. "40 yards now, of course, around the normal 30. And it's going to be Fede von Petowski looks to be taking this one here now. Fede. Fede up on the play, strikes it. It's a little bit out there towards the left, tries to keep that one in, does Ringer, and he gets that one, and he does. Says thank you very much indeed. It was low, it was hard, it was fast. And Ringer, on the end of his mallet, just tipped that one through the goals. Good goal there from the penalty. Michael Ringer. You can just see them coming back to the middle of the field here now. So 1 goal each is the score. So the ball back into play again, off the back of the line. Petowski wants this. Tomasito going up forward here now, as does Ringer. He's left that one behind, trying to come back. There is going to be Laborde. Laborde steals it away from him, tries to get the hook in there, does Fede, but Laborde's up on the move here now. Santiago Laborde. Santiago Laborde back onto it once more, gets hooked this time. And the ball's now left for Tomasito, who's found himself unmarked at that point in time. He's going forward. Oh, and he's gone over the top of that one, leaving it for Polo. A bit of a gimme here now. What can he do with it? He's got Ringer coming in behind. He yields off, leaves it now for Felix. Felix comes up forward through the traffic here, looking to stick a ball this one through here now. Gets himself through the traffic. Oh, and he's left that one behind as well, and it's gone wide. See on our replay there, it was taking it all the way and the ball just bounced back to him and he just left it behind, and it's now going to be brought in by Bangash, and it's Petowski bringing it in this time. See Pinello taken off that play there by Tomasito, fizzes that one up forward there, does Petowski. Ringer gets onto that one there. If you stay straight you might get away with it, but oh, he couldn't quite control it and drag it forward on the first play and got himself across the line. Did he change that line? Let's see if there's enough room or space of time. Let's see what the umpires decide. Let's see on our replay. Looked like he was all right. And so we're just waiting for a moment here for the umpires to confer.
Adjust the clock, Pete. The bell went.
And so they're just thinking about has the first hooter gone or not. They're just conferring to if that the first hooter had not gone. So therefore, no foul is given.
Pete, tell them to adjust the clock because the bell went already, the first bell.
So Ball back into play, off the front of the line out, coming away with it there. Does Patowski, sends that one up there for Ringa. Ringa goes under the neck after taking the man and pushes that one up forward there. Looking for Bangash, but it looks like we have a whistle on that play. So there's a little bit of confusion with regard to the actual bell, first bell having gone or not. I must admit, I didn't hear it, but it sounds like chukker is being given. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we end chukker number 1
together,
with the score being 1 goal all.
Go, 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 go.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here to get chukker number 2 underway with the score being 1 goal apiece. Ending that chukker on a whistle. The ball's been dropped down for a penalty, it looks like, for penalty 5 in favour of the Dubai Wolves. After a little bit of an over-exuberant ride-off. Most possibly. Brilliantly he came into the ride-off. Habtoor looking to come out here on Ricardo. Baker on Corset, Santi on Cafetera, and Felix on Simpatica. So Laborde taps this one up forward. Up comes Hinero. Hinero out there on Sonsi. Comes forward, Sonri rather, comes in right off there by Tomasito. Tomasito's backhand couldn't quite pick that one up with Hinero as it came back to him. Not exactly where he wanted it to. Oh, look at the pony there of Santi Laborde. Santi Laborde on Simpatica. Sorry, not on Simpatica, rather on Cafetera. Came around really quickly on that, setting up the play here. Now he's trying to get it up for Pinello, but it's going to be taken away from him by Fede Patowski on Alaja, who fizzes that ball up forward here now, looking for Genero. Genero out on this one here, over the top of that. It leaves it now for Pinello. Pinello comes forward, and he's going to be hassled there by Patowski. Keeps his ball moving forward, keeps it coming out towards the balls, looking for space, gets the hook, but comes away with it. There does Patowski. Very deliberate indeed in that play, but he's left it behind, and the backhand of Santis comes off his teammate, and leaving it now for Genero. Genero coming up forward. Genero out there on Sondri, comes forward. He's being chased hard there by Felix. Yields off it and leaves it now for Tomasito on Chiva. This little grey pony comes forward once again, plucks that ball out the air and takes it all the way, and a lovely goal there by Tomasito. A nice bit of teamwork there between the two players. You can see on the replay here now, you can see him just plucking that ball down, correcting its direction and putting that one nicely through the goal. Does Tomasito Fernandez Rante. But you saw a nice bit of unselfish play there. Tomasito taking over control of the play, calling Genero off it and telling him to go and look after Felix. And so the two teams line up. Out the front of the line out it comes. Who's going to be serviced with it? It looks like it is going to be Tomasito. Takes the man in the form of Santi looks to try and get away from him, has to go back onto his near side play. Oh, slipping in between them there. Oh, and look at that pony there. Oh, Santiago Labordis just took the hook, flicked the ball backwards and got himself back onto that line beautifully quickly and sends it up here now for Hussein, but unfortunately it comes off the pony's legs and in comes Potowski. Potowski comes in, takes it under the neck here now for Genero, nearly unbalances himself, gets himself back into the plate and goes under the neck, looking to put it out into open space to change the flow of play here now. But coming onto it is going to be Haider. Haider Bangash gets a good trick of that one there for Tomasito to come onto. Tomasito going goalward bound here now, goes with a shot in towards goal, and he's just a little bit too much over the top of it, and it just goes wide to the left hand side. Nice bit of play coming back here at the start of Chukker number 2 by Bangash, by Dobson and Horrell. And you can see as he picked that ball up, he just ended up getting too much over it, and under the neck it went too much. So the ball's on the back line here now for Santiago Labordis to bring in. Taps it once, under the neck for Pinello. Pinello, Potowski coming over to him. Pinello leaves it, yields off it for Felix. Felix goes under the neck once more. Sees he's got Santi going that way. Didn't get quite enough on it, but slipping in there quickly as always there is going to be Ringa. Ringa checks up, turns back inside. Santi going to have to yield slightly off out of that one there, but he leaves it now for Potowski. Goes in towards the middle of the field to shut down that angle. Goes with a long shot to cut that one in towards the goal, but he's got a little bit wide with it there. Tomasito tries to play the backhand, but he just gets ridden off out of it. The backhand comes in by Felix, but left there for Pinello, who whips round onto this one. Has to try and go back onto it. Potowski on his near side. They're making a little bit of hard work of it, and looking to clear it away now is Pinello. Pinello under the neck with that one there. Oh, and he's left that one behind as well. They're all a bit tight, a bit tense. And so it is Pinello on the play, settling things down. Potowski, he gets told to use it. Pushes that one in towards the middle of the field, but there's none of his players there onto it. First onto it is going to be Tomasito on Little Chiva. Comes forward once again, gets hard ridden off out of it. The near side backhand, couldn't execute that one clearly good, Felix. But it looks like we have Pinello trying to get onto that line. And I think he believes the ball might have changed direction. The question is the backhand from Felix, did he actually make contact with it or not? We can clearly see there are two players coming down what was effectively the old line. If the ball had changed, we don't quite know. If it had changed direction, I can't really see from here. If it did, it wouldn't have probably been enough. And so it looks like a penalty is almost definitely going to get given in favour of Bangash here. And so the ball taken from the spot by Fede von Potowski. Fede comes in, drives that one hard. Flag is aloft, putting Bangash. 3 goals it is to Bangash, 1 for the Wolves. So just under 3 minutes left to play here in Chukker number 2, and Haider's quickly whipped off and taken the opportunity to change. As does Potowski as well. Will he get back in time? This is the question. And so umpire Smith actually blows that whistle. I think Haider's trying to sort his knitting out or something, which gives Fede the time to get back to middle field. No, it's actually Santi looking to sort his stirrups out or something. There's something wrong with his tack. So just giving everybody the opportunity here to quickly get themselves sorted out before we get this back underway once more. So ball back into play it goes, out the line, out it comes. Up comes Potowski, under the pony it comes onto it, looks to the near side backhand, sends out and out there. Here's a call there from Tomasito. Tomasito comes up onto this one here now, and you have Habtoor on Yohosho coming back onto it to try and play the backhand. The backhand comes away, sending Ringa back to pick up the play. Ringa drives that one up forward, up the front door there, looking for Haider. It doesn't quite reach him as Habtoor comes in and just hooks his mallet off out of it. And leaving the ball here now for Felix Hussein. Felix Hussein on the play here now. Felix cuts this one out here now for Laborde. Laborde on the play. Laborde brings it forward. Ringa goes back to him, coming back across. Just help out is Pinello, but it comes off the pony, but quickly onto it there is Felix, and Felix is powering forward here now. At the end of the ballot there's Habtoor, and the line gets changed there by Haider, just enough to to keep it away from Felix, and it is going to be Potowski to settle things down and tidy things up once more. Flicks it underneath there of Felix's pony, so he can't come onto that play, and passes out here there for Tomasino, but comes off the back of the pony now there for Felix. He's been hassled and pressurised here by Potowski as Santi tries to take it away across the front of both players. You can see on the replay here now for our Polo Line viewers. And they're going down towards the bottom corner villas. And Santi was chancing his arm to come across the pair of them, and the umpires decide, sorry, the player wasn't under control, and therefore you certainly can't come in there onto that play. And so we have a penalty 5 in favour of Bangash by Dobson and Horrell. Just going to change the balls. Maybe that ball's a little bit damaged or just out of preference and choice. So players called this time. It is going to be Potowski. Potowski taps it once, goes with a long driving shot, looking for Hyder once more. Hyder gets hold of that one there, comes off the pony and just left here now for Pinello. Pinello checks, turns, comes back inside, and umpires decided there wasn't enough room as that line was being ridden hard by Potowski, and what a daunting thought that is at the best of days. You can see on our replay here now he checked up and turned, and the umpire's just conferring here now, and it looks like Potowski has marched himself up to the 40-yard spot looking for a penalty around there. The umpires are just discussing this with the third man. It's the flow of play, yes, up and down the field, but more towards the boards than actually directly towards the goal. As we have Pinello, yes, moved the ball, but didn't actually change the line of the ball enough to be able to make that turn before turning to keep it safe. And so we have a penalty 4, the 60-yard penalty here now, in favour of Bangash. It looks like it'll be Tomasito on this one here now. Thomas Fernandez circling around this time. Thomas scheduled to be out here on the Chera. It looks like a lovely platform to hit this ball off to, coming in very nicely indeed. Tomasito comes in onto that one there, strikes it well, and it looks like the flag man was hesitant, and yes, it's gone slightly to the right-hand side, sorry, the left-hand side. You saw the pony just at the last minute. It did go across the line of the ball a little bit there, and therefore getting a little over the top of it and out to the left-hand side. And so we have Laborde to bring it in here now for by Wolves, just teasing a little bit there with Ringer. Very strong, solid play there by Laborde out there for Pinello. Pinello being hassled once again by his nemesis in the form of Tomasito. Yields off, leaves it now for Laborde. Laborde comes forward, but waiting for him, of course, is going to be Ringer. He puts that one high and up in the air, looking to pick it up. Couldn't pick it up there. Could Pinello, but Ringer dummies the backhand, comes forward with it, comes round the traffic. In comes Pinello, tries to get the hook in, tries to get away with him. Does so this time. Took a couple of attempts, but he managed to get away and set sail, and then goes Tomasito to look after Pinello. Goes under the neck with that one there and sends it up forward there, looking for Potowski. First back onto it. The backhand comes in there by Laborde. Strong, safe as house as always, but first onto it is Ringer. Works it in towards the middle, in towards the goal area once again. Pinello takes it forward, then opens up the backhand. First hooter has this time gone, trying to get to Essiam, but coming up with the spoils is going to be Tomasito. Tomasito gets that one taken out from underneath his nose by Pinello, hooks him, turns, comes back with the play once again and tries to get back onto that one there, but Felix has got himself onto it, and as soon as Tomasito comes in, he gets the play spoilt, and Tomasito comes up with it, and the driving shot comes in, and that there will end the chukker as the ball goes wide and out over the back line. It is to the left-hand side. So tenacious as ever is this Bangash side, putting this pressure on and just missing quite a few opportunities. So the score after chukker number 2 is 3 goals it is to Bangash, 1 goal to Wolves. Teams will leave the field to play. The change ponies have a quick little team talk and settle things down, I imagine, in the Wolves camp, and the energy in the Bangash camp looking to keep it up and high and running. And so in the meantime, we'll go to a few messages from Polo line. So two teams coming back out in the field here now to get chukker number 3 underway before we go into the half-time break. And in this chukker, Habtoor supposed to be coming out on Kansas. We all know this will change depending on how the game is going. Santi out on Manteca. Benka out on Sky. Felix on Lebanese. Hyder on Pabito. Fede on Babicano. Genero out on Taka. And Tomasito out on Mona. And so we'll be starting off with a hit in from the back line where the ball went out wide to the left-hand side of the goalpost. The Dubai Wolves to bring in here now. So 3-1's the score. With the body, taps it once, goes under the neck, solid. Out for Pinello. Settles on the play, way to move there is Patolski. Looks to see what his options are. He needs somebody else to pass this one too, so he cuts it out, doesn't get a clean shot on that one at all. It's now picked up here by Patolski. Patolski's got Genero gone forward, and so he goes up forward, but look who's going back. It's going to be Felix once again. Felix comes in with the backhand, cutting across the back of him, trying to deflect that play. There was Genero, and Genero picks up the backhand on the near side, but just gets a little bit too much speed, but manages to retain possession of this play as he comes around the corner. How he managed to keep control of that ball, I have no idea, but coming in on the attacking play there is Habtoor, and we get a serious whistle on the play. Trying to come in and steal that ball away from Fede. You can see on the replay possibly here. Yeah, he just tried to come in and steal the play there from Fede, but in doing so, crashing into Tomasito, coming across the line in between the two players. So the Tomasito, I think he seems to be okay. And the ball's placed down here now for a penalty in favour of Bangash. And of course a penalty 2 from there. So the umpires might have asked him just to sort of settle down a little bit on that one too. And so it looks like we have Fede von Potocki come round up onto the play here now. Fede on Babicana. Comes up, drives, shoots in towards the goal, and straight through it is therefore Fede von Potocki for Bangash by Dobson and Horrell, making it 4-1 here in chukker number 3. So a nice view there of Fede coming up for the 30 at the canter. It's funny how a lot of players have different styles with doing the shorter penalties. And so the ball will be bowled back into play by umpire Smith off the back of the line out. Coming up here is Patolski, takes it under the neck. He's got Pinello there with him, goes with a good acute shot here. This time he's looking for his man, but first onto it will be Pinello. Checks turns, comes back inside. Pitowski just flicks it forward. Uses a bit of the grey matter there, keeping it away from him, makes himself a bit of space. He's got Santi in behind, tries to go fishing, but Santi comes up with the spoils. Santi showed a little bit too much of that one to Ringer, who gets it away here now for Pitowski. Can Pitowski get going forward? Can he get the momentum? And can he get away there from Laborde? Laborde asking for a little bit more, and it is going to be Pitowski going goalward bound once more. One more tap will do if he can do it. Of course he can, and it is Federico von Pitowski putting goal number 5 on the board there. 5 goals it is now for Bangash by Dobson Horrell over the Silver Cup winners by Wolves. So Dubai Wolves caught a little bit of 6s and 7s and capitalising on it. These two little terrier-like characters on the field there in the form of Pitowski and Ringer. So 2 teams back to the middle of the field once more. Ball about to get bowled in. Ball into play. Back of the line out, picked up by Pinello. Pinello tries to come forward. He reckons he's being impeded in that one there by Tomasito. Goes under the deck and gets that one up here now for Ringer. Ringer on the move once again. Ringer, can he keep carrying this ball forward? Just struggling a little bit. Managed to get back over, or tried to get back over to the ball as it went out towards his right hand side. But in doing so, he just came away from the right of way and then came back into it once more. You can possibly see it on the replay. You see he ended up having to go towards the right to end up trying to pick that ball up, and in doing so infringe Santiago Laborde coming down the line. So we'll have a spot penalty here now in favour of Dubai Wolves. Tapped up forward by Santi. Santi, Laborde on fresh legs, as is Pinello. Sends it long, hard, deep. Trying to get back onto that one there as Tomasito sends a backhand with a bit of purchase on it as well. Ringer comes in on his near side. Just takes 2 near side plays, then gets over onto his stick side, but he left that one behind for Pinello. Pinello now picks it up. Pitowski coming in to put the pressure on, swings round the other side. Very quickly taken away from the by Pinello. Takes the backhand, couldn't get it off there. Good. Pitowski has just kept off out of that play, and Laborde just fizzes that one up forward up the front door here now, and it looks like it's going to be Bangash. Hyder himself plays a lovely open backhand to clear it away from the danger zone, but Pinello's onto that first and does so, sends it back in once more, and trying to get onto it is Laborde, but it's left here for Felix. Felix, in comes Ringer with a little bit of Hutakol coming in on his hind legs on that one there, and the umpires give us a whistle. You can see on the replay here now, Ringer putting the brakes on, and so we end up here now with a penalty to it, looks like, in favour of Wolves from the 30-yard spot. Being teed up there by Pinello. As once more we have players scrambling for horses. Comes up, drives, strikes this one, and no mistake there, of course, from Benja Pinello. 2 goals it is now to Dubai Wolves, but it is 5 for Bangash, Dobson and Horrell. About halfway through this third chukker before we go to the half-time break. Umpire Smith. Teams down. Holds the ball off and gets that ball back into play. Out the back of the line, out it comes. Pitowski wants it, but it's going to be Pinello to come out with this one here now. Pinello scoops that one away there from Tomasito. Pinello once again. Pinello gets a good distance on that. Got himself a little bit of space and a bit of comfort there. Avoiding the hooking play. Stick side, near side once more. And brings that ball through the goal. So after his penalty at the other end, he takes it out the line out and scores up the Villa end. Taking the score now. 3 goals it is to Wolves. 5 for Bangash. See on the replay there, having to windmill a little bit on that one there to keep it true and honest through the goal. So back to the middle quickly, changing ends of course. Umpire Smith gets that ball back into play once more. Front of the line out, this one gets stopped, and coming over here now, looking something out of that one there was Pitowski as he comes into Felix. Let's see if we can see on this replay here now. Had he had enough time to check and turn, make that turn, and the umpire's evidently deeming that it was Felix that was still on the right. The line had been changed enough for him to make the turning play. And so we have a spot penalty there. Forwarded by Wolves. Santiago Laborde taps it forward here. Santi sends it out here now for Piniello. Checks, runs onto it here. Does Piniello. Piniello being marked there by Potowski. Wants to take him on. Goes up forward here now. Does Piniello. Piniello on. Looks like Evangelista. He couldn't quite get the back shot he was looking for. The backhand comes in by Potowski, but this first back onto it will be Felix. Felix comes away with this one here as Tomasito tries to ride that line, but he's called off it and leaves it now for Santiago. Santi on the play. Santi looking for players to try and clear off out of the way, but it sounds like Tomasito's just being collected in the play just off. Maybe he ended up getting a horse into his arm or something like that. He's having a little bit of a word about it. But on that you can't really see anything about from the pony just backing off out of it. So we'll just wait for it to come to the third man to have another little look at this. So not quite enough to see anything on the replay there as such. What we've seen maybe come from a little bit earlier. Because Santi picks up the play. And maybe he's trying to say Habtoor came into Tomasito. So it looks like the result of it is we have a spot penalty in favour of Bangash by Dobson Horrell. Players taking the opportunity to quickly change some ponies and get on some fresh legs for the last 2 minutes here of Chukka number 3 before we go into the half-time break. Once again, a little bit of over-exuberance there. For the second time, Tomasito being the recipient. So players called. It looks like Fedivan Potowski with the number 2 shirt on, being quite fluid. Is this Bangash team with Fede bringing it forward? Fede drives this one out. Good long shot there, looking for Ringer. Doesn't want to get too much momentum going because he just had to. Oh, he lost a bit of pace there, and he's off out the plate. Was being ridden off from here. Couldn't really see anything too dramatic, but see if we can see something on the replay. From that there, didn't look like anything too untoward. Maybe it was a bit when they're in the ride-off and possibly the pony balked to the boards or something. And that just unseated him in his commitment to make the play. So, the ambulance is just there, just check him out. Bit of magic spray if necessary. Horse seems to be fine, it's just gone back to the pony lines. Most important things. However, another one is being brought up to him here, and you see here for the last minute and a half, Tomasito getting back onto Cleaver it is. So it looks like all mounted back up once more. As the groom has to make the long trek on foot down the bottom end and around the bottom of the field. And once again, can't thank enough the grooms and everyone behind the scenes who do a great job to make the guys on the field their life a lot easier. And so the ball's going to be dropped for a drop ball for green. So you have 1:36 on the clock, it is. And so the ball is dropped. So just waiting for play to be called. Play is called by umpire Smith. That'll be Santiago Laborde. Bring this one into play here now. Santi taps it up forward. In comes Ringer. Looking to force him to make the yielding play. Other players looking to find a little bit of space. The ball comes up forward, looking there for Pinello. He does one way, then went out towards the Villa side here now, but being marked by Potolski, but checks up and comes back inside and comes forward and goes in towards the middle of the field. Sends a nice little backhand, trying to get that one up there for Laborde. Laborde swoops onto that one beautifully. Worked well onto it here now. Hyder looking for the hook. Gets a great hook there. Does Hyder Bangash. Leaving for Potolski to come and pick up the play here now. Potolski looking to tidy it up. Takes it away here now from Pinello. Looking to clear this one, and clear it he does, but the first to service with it will be Felix. Felix, here's the call, here's the tail backhand picked up there by Benker. Benker sets sail in towards the goal here now. Benker coming forward. Benker trying to be, he's being hassled and spoiled in the play there by Potolski, clean on that near side. Benker was trying to turn the play but hadn't actually moved the ball, trying to exaggerate it, and oh, we have Potolski's flat out down the field, but look who's coming back at him. It is going to be Felix, and he keeps his ball moving forward again here, does Potolski. Potolski goes with the last shot, puts it away. Beautiful steal there by Federico von Potolski, and takes it 3/4 of the length of the field and through the goals. And so we have 20 seconds on the clock. The whistle is blown. We possibly have a technical being given out here. Wolves' honeymoon seems to be diminishing quite rapidly, with the score being 3 to Wolves, 6 to Bangash, and we have a penalty 5B to start off again. And you see Federico von Potolski quickly change ponies. I'm sure he'll put that one in the bank for a little bit later, and we'll see her again. So players called. Hyder goes up forward, as does Ringer. But Tomasito on this one here now. Not taking much of a run of it. Solomon going to try and work this one forward. He's got Ferry goes forward now this time. Up there to his marker in the form of Pinello. Gets a clean shot off out there into space for Ferry, but Ferry was beaten to that play, but he manages to get the backhand in next on to it. It's going to be Hyder. All a bit of indecision to play the shot on the or to give it the flick, but it looks like it's being left behind here now for Felix, and it looks like we get the first two to goes, and we've got a dismounted Potolski, and so rather than crushing that ball into him, Pinello yields off. And the umpires just blow the whistle on that one there. So there's quite a few comments being made, and that there will end Chucker number 3, ladies and gentlemen, with the score being 6 goals it is to Bangash by Dobson Horrell. 3 for Dubai Wolves. As you see Bangash leaving the field of play, we'll go to a few messages and adverts and interviews with Polo Line.
Here I came to Dubai first time 2008. I got an invitation. I was in England playing with Vindrai family, and they invited me to come. We were keeping our horses together with them and playing with them there, and they invited me to come and play some tournaments. I remember at that time we played the Cartier Cup or something like that. Then we start playing the Gold Cup, Silver Cup, and all that. So I've been, related to the show and Habtoor since that. And then when we stopped playing with Said Vindrai, Mohamed invited me through Guillermo Coutinho to join to Habtoor as a manager, as a Polo manager, and that was in 2017, I think. It was. I mean, we did one tournament the year before. That it was the Dubai Challenge Cup. That was our first 18-goal tournament here at the club that I played with Vindrai. And the next year, the idea was to move the Silver Cup and Gold Cup that it was happening on the other club on Dubai Polo Question, to move it to Habtoor and be based here. And it was the first years of the club, so everything was new, the fields, the stables. We organized a polo calendar of the season, started combining with low goal, medium goal, high goal, trying to bring new members and new horses. And luckily, I mean, I think we did quite well. I mean, the polo grew up a lot. Right now we have like 500 horses there be based in the club. So it was, I mean, it's a daily challenge, but it's nice, and it's nice to work with them. These days, I mean, I think it's, I mean, in general, I'm talking about Dubai. It grew up a lot, the polo, the horses and the players, not that much the polo fields. We need more number of polo fields. I think this is our next step, I mean, in Dubai to grow up. I wish we had new clubs or new facilities, and we need to add at least 4 or 5 new polo fields to try to fulfill, I mean, all the requirements, you know. Otherwise, we are running behind on that a bit. But it's good. It's nice to grow up and have these challenges. Since that time, I think the level of polo, and especially level of players and horses. I mean, all of the patrons here, they like to play good polo, and they all understand that in order to improve that, you need to improve the level of horses first, and players as well. And they are doing that. They are investing a lot on horses, on players, on teams. We have a very competitive season now in every level, not just on high goal. I mean, on the 6 goal, on the 8 and 12. This year, the 12 goals, we have 9 teams, 10 teams, some tournaments, which is good. And I think it's good for them to understand this, and they realize that yes, we want to be part of, and everyone is competing. No, they're happy. I mean, we started playing with Saad, with his brother here, the local, and Mohamed, he came to see his brother, and he enjoyed a lot, and he liked it, and suddenly he decided, okay, let's play the Gold Cup. And in 1 month, they were in Argentina. They start shipping horses and players. And Gonzalito is the first year he comes, so it's a good add, you know, to all the polo communities. We have someone so famous. And I hope, I mean, new players and new teams are coming like this and be part of the polo family here in Dubai. It's always to put, I mean, a standard so high. 20 goals for the region is very high, especially because in the off-season you don't have the facilities here in Dubai because of weather and conditions, you know, natural conditions. Horses are going back and forward, coming to play, then back to Europe, playing in England or in France or in Spain, then coming back again. There's always a challenge on that. But they realize that, I mean, they feel comfortable now with 20 goals, all of the teams, and I think it's something that everyone decides together. So everyone, all of the teams, they look happy on this level now, and we need to, as I said, I mean, we need to add more polo fields to improve that. Yeah.
So welcome back here to our Polo Line viewers and chukker by chukker. At the end of chukker number 1, it was 1 goal apiece. At the end of chukker number 2, it was unanswered by Wolves, but 2 goals by Bangash, making it 3-1. And then at the end of chukker number 3, going to the half-time break, it was 3 goals to Wolves and 6 for Bangash. A very strong chukker there by Bangash in chukker number 3. And chukker number 4, Habtoor, due to be coming out on Romance. Banker was due to come out on Canasta again. Felix out on Marilyn. The little grey pony from Facu Sola, winning one of the champion pony prizes in the Silver Cup. And you see there, Santi Laborde sending that one forward, up over the top. Santi out here on Kalin, send it forward, looking for the man, but the first onto it is going to be Petovsky. Petovsky on the play, turns that one away from Habtoor. Gets to use it, does so, sends that one out into open space. Looking to get onto it, there is Ringer. Ringer gets onto it there, in behind Laborde. He comes and sends it up forward, but doesn't get it up there for Tomasito. It's picked up nicely, though, by Felix. Felix up on the boards. Felix checks, turns, straightens up. Players just having to yield off him, and he allows him to make that play, playing the advantage on that one there, and sends it up forward. But first onto it's going to be Hyder. Hyder comes onto it, but quickly coming onto it to help out there is Fede. Fede goes down deep into the bottom corner and turns it and comes back inside once more. And we get a whistle on that one there as he turned back into the player who found himself possibly a little bit of no man's land. And can possibly see on the replay here now, on Polo Line. He checks up and turns and comes back inside. Unfortunately, a Wolves player finding himself in a little bit of no man's land there. And so they're just coming to the third man on this one here now, as we have the ambulance out there. Having a look. Oh, Badowski, it looks like he's just holding the back of his neck. Maybe he's just got a bit of a shunt in there. The guy's made of nails, we know that, but let's hope with a little bit of attention, Fede will be back on board in a moment. The helmet is off. And so he turned nicely and found himself with the green player parked directly in front of him. And so he's just got a little bit of a whiplash on that, possibly, as he came to a very abrupt stop indeed as he goes actually into the ambulance itself. And let me just pause for a moment as we hope that Fede will be back on board in a moment. And we have Rafe Ahmed tuning in, no doubt from Brunei. I hope it is from there, and it's good to hear from you. Thank you for saying hi, and we'll give you a good shout out. And also Ishak Dambadaru rather, tuning in from Nigeria. And those up to date who tune in to Polo Line for all the up to date tournaments, you'll probably notice that they are playing in Lagos at the moment in Nigeria. But there you see on the screen. Tune into our social medias at Polo Line OK on Instagram, Facebook at Polo Line Int, and Polo Line TV on YouTube. But more importantly, if you haven't done so already, download the app for Polo Line TV for all the up-to-date plays throughout the world. And of course, to be kept up to date with the match schedules and several competitions lined up for you to win some amazing prizes, get onto Instagram at DXB Polo Gold Cup Series and at Al Habtoor Polo Club, where you'll find all the information of schedules and results of these matches as well, of course. We'd also like to thank our official apparel sponsor, which is US Polo ASSN, the official brand for the United States Polo Association, non-profit governing body of the sport of polo in the United States, one of the oldest governing bodies there, having been formed in 1890. Our media partners, Polo Line, of course, Al Badia and Barnes International Realty. And although this is only the first match, I'd like just to remind you the 22nd is the final, where you can buy tickets through Virgin Tickets, Platinum List, Tickbox, and also the Al Habtoor Group loyalty app. And for picnic gazebos, to escape the ordinary and enjoy the luxury of a picnic experience, there are two options available for 2,800 dirhams, inclusive of picnic basket for 8 people, and event entry for 8 and 2 parking passes, or the smaller version, which is at 1,350, inclusive of picnic basket, good for 4, entry for 4, and 8 parking pass. The Gold Lounge, synonymous. The Gold Lounge. To enjoy the Gold Lounge experience with a minimum spend of 5,000 dirhams of drinks per table of 10 people and 4 parking passes. Or the Garden at Al Paseo, 1,500 per person at the event, parking passes, entry, and a fantastic array of food and beverages. For your bookings, drop them an email at media@DubaiPoloGoldCup.com or give them a call on 056 373 2999. Alternative 056 990 0310. And of course, Party at the Polo by IFSA, hosted by Al Habtoor Resort. Get on to www.partyatthepolo.com. Alternatively, look for their information on Instagram. So here, from the 5B, we have Tomasito on the play here now. Tomasito goes with the big one this time, first time play, puts that one high, up over the top, waiting for it to come down, trying to keep SM was off, it was Fedi, and it's now going to be Habtoor coming around the corner here, rather ungainly, and we get a whistle on that play. So let's have a little look at the replay, please, Polo Line. Thank you very much indeed from the drone. Habtoor trying to control it, the pony, unfortunately just coming across in front of Ringer. And so we have a penalty 3, a 40-yard penalty in favour of Bangash, Dobson and Horrell. Being teed up there by Fedivon Potowski as players look to scramble and change ponies already as we're 5:55 on the clock. Fedi tees it up, but it looks like it's going to be Tomasito on this one here now. Nice platform to hit the ball off here. If she stays straight, hits it, drives it, shoots through the goals. It is putting another one on the board there. Into the board goes the ball. 7 goals it is to Bangash, Dobson and Horrell. 3 for the Wolves. See on that replay there, the mare came in absolutely beautifully for him. Had one earlier at the other end. A different mare, of course, though, but she just came across the line, making it awkward for him. And so the two teams line up in front of us here at Polo Line. Well, Matthias Mabani to get it in. Haider sends that one off the front line out. Good there by Haider. Sends it in towards the middle of the field there. There's Ringer. Doesn't quite beat Potowski. Came off the pony and it's backed out by Felix, who's first to surface on it. Trying to get onto it there is Santi, but the backhand comes in by Tomasito. Tomasito's backhand now picked up here by Ringer. Ringer being marked there by Pinello. Looks to take Pinello on this one here now, but shows a little bit too much of it there to Felix. Felix comes in, the good near side backhand. The backhand falls nicely though for Laborde. He's quickly away and he's unleashed once again. It's Santiago Laborde up over the halfway line, sitting perfectly still in that saddle, taking the ball all the way, trying to get to him. There is Tomasito. Can he get to him in time? No, and he's over the top of that one there, and it's left here for Potowski. Potowski takes it away there from Pinello and then onto his near side backhand. It's high, doesn't quite get the distance he might have liked onto it, but first onto it is going to be Haider. Haider comes in and takes that one away from Felix, and Haider was more on that line, the umpire's team, and it's now left here for Laborde. Laborde turns away there from Ringer, controlling the play, very correct as always is Laborde, but now left for Felix. Felix comes forward once again, backhand there by Potowski, and we get a whistle on the play. Did Potowski just impede his right of way, and we can come on to the replay here now. So it looks like we actually have a spot here for white. The green player riding into the backhand of Petowski. Of course, the rules set up for the safety of horse and players. Petowski brings this one in, gives that ball a ride out there for Ringo. Ringo looking over to see where his man is because he knows he's going to be there somewhere in the form of Laborde. Tries to send that one up there for Hyder, but it only goes as far as Felix. Felix sends a good strong tail backhand out onto that one there. Can't come onto it with Tomasino, but Pinello comes in, gets it back to away from him there by Ringo, but well met there by Habtoor coming forward once again. Habtoor tries to go for a longer shot in towards the middle of the field. He comes in now looking for the big next shot. Couldn't quite execute that one, and in comes Ringo. Gets hooked off out of it there by Pinello, but it's going to be Petowski to try and pick this up here now. Does so, clears away from the danger zone and tries to come in between the players, but on the near side trying to get onto that one there. Ooh, and Habtoor trying to get onto it, but it just gets pulled away from him there by Tomasito, but we finally get a whistle on that play. So onto the replay here now. Habtoor thinking the ball's coming directly up and down the field. There's a good view there of our new team here for the Gold Cup. Chihingiri, well, Mohammed playing there, will be playing in our next game at about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Sorry, that'll be tomorrow afternoon rather they'll be playing, because our next game is Habtoor UAE. So just have Fede dismounting there, got a little bit of a tap problem possibly, and players scrambling to change. Felix there looking to change off Marilyn at the Villa end of the field. So Fede's off, walking his pony off the field. I think it was something in an earlier play where we did hear a bit of a scream and a shout, and he thought he'd been knocked behind the saddle or something by another player, but I think it's possibly the pony just balancing itself back up again. And there you see Hyder Bangash quickly changing, hopping back on board and coming onto the field here now. Does Hyder on the mighty Balthazar. Balthazar is just distinguished on the field as Hyder himself. So the ball's dropped down here now, and it looks like it is going to be a spot penalty in favour of Wolves. Umpires deeming that Habtoor did have more of that line on his stick side, and only a near side play was possible by Tomasito. And so we have a spot penalty here in favour of Wolves to get chucker number 4 back underway. 7-3 is the score. So we have a full complement of players back on the field. As Fede sorts himself out. Just trying to get a little bit of extra time after that knock at the top end, at the Villa end of the field. So players called, and Laborde taps it forward up here now. Santiago taps it up there to his marker. In behind is Pinello, yields off. Pinello cuts the angle down in towards the middle of the field, but well met there by Petowski. We get another whistle on the play once more. Petowski go forward. He felt he was right on that. So let's see what we can see on Polo line here now. It's a little bit late on that one there, but the umpires deemed that Petowski wasn't clean on the line, and we have a penalty 2 in favour of Dubai Wolves. Petowski was convinced that he was on that line, but the umpires deemed he must have been standing over the other side of it and just crossed over. So we have a penalty 2 here now for Dubai Wolves, to be taken by Benka Pinello. Cantering up to this here now. Benka Comes up, strikes, shoots, and through the goals it is once more, closing that margin. 4 goals it is now by Wolves. 7 though to Bangash by Dobson Horrell. So the players back to the middle of the field here now. Counting them down. Ball back into play, out the line, out it comes. Looking to get hold of it is Potowski, as he does. Comes across the front of Laborde. On the replay here, we should be able to see it quite clearly. The ball goes in, comes out, slight angle, and Potowski's not quite on the line there. So we have a spot penalty here now in favour of Wolves with Santiago Laborde. Laborde back in here now. Goes out towards the boards here for Pinello. Pinello sets sail up the field. Going back with him there is going to be Potowski. Checks with him, turns back inside there. Does Pinello. Sends that ball up, comes off the pony. This time it is Potowski. Potowski onto the play. Here's the call, gets hooked off out of it. Quickly round onto it is Felix. Felix going forward here now. Steals that one away, impeding his play a little bit there by Tomasino, but the ball is now left here once again for Felix. Felix's ball now left for Benker. Benker sends it up forward once again. Backhand comes in. There's a melee in front of goal, but who's the man on the end of that ball? It is Benker. Pinello, and Pinello puts it away. Making it 5 goals. It is now to Wolves. 7 for Bangash. A little bit scrappy up in that goal mouth, but kept his head down and focused well as always is Benker Pinello for the goal. So, umpire Bench lines the 2 teams up, bowls that ball into play. Middle line now it is, looking for it there is Santi, but first back onto it will be Potowski. Potowski keeping Pinello off out of it, comes around the other side, steals it away from out underneath his nose here, does Benker. Benker on the move here now. Benker Pinello. You've got Potowski going up the middle, so he goes with a long shot from distance and cuts that one straight through the goal. Does Benjamin Pinello. Taking the score now to with 1 goal. It is the difference. 6 goals it is to Wolves, 7 for Bangash. You see, there's no point trying to run around him when you're feeling that confident and you are that good. You just go from a distance and put it straight through the middle of the goal. Lovely goal there by Benker Pinello. So 2 teams lining up here now. Ball into play. In play it goes. Looking for his Pinello. Pinello picks that one up. Went straight to him, says the umpire, and off forward he goes. But first onto it here, looking for the hooking play. There was Gringa backed in though by Tomasito, but the first onto it will be Santi. Santi plays the next shot there, out there for Pinello, but it was cleanly picked up here now by Tomasito. Near side playing by Pinello, but the ball comes back to him. Comer is what it is in his mind, and he checks up, turns, comes back inside once more, uses the man for a little bit of protection. Umpire scurries off out of the way once more, but working like a dervish on that field there. It is going to be Ringa, leaves it now for Poto. Poto sends it up the boards here now, but not quite enough angle for Tomasito to get on. The backhand comes in, it's plucked out there by Hyder, just lost sight of it slightly, and it's going to be picked up here by Pinello, who's looking to send that one up to Santi, who's on the move. In comes Hyder, goes with the hook, as playing the backhand, takes the hook, does Pinello, and moves this one up forward. Leaves it now for Santi. Santi comes away here now. Santi on the ball. Santi looking to run it through. Sends that one up forward here now for Pinello on the loose. Pinello takes a man on the near side. The hooter goes. 1 more tap will do, and 1 more tap is more than enough there for Benker Pinello. 3 goals there by Benker Pinello in this chukker. Taking the score now to 7 goals apiece it is at the end of chukker number 4. You can see on the replay here, lovely passing play there by Santi. Up there for Pinello. Pinello on his near side, taking the man beautifully, and 2 little taps, and that was it through the goals. So we end chukker number 4, all even Stevens. 7 goals apiece it is. Whilst the players change, we will go to a few messages, adverts and interviews with Polo Live. So welcome back here now to our Polo Line viewers to Al Habtoor Polo Resort Club on a wonderful afternoon here at the Al Habtoor Polo Resort Club. You see Ben Capinello just there, having scored 7 goals so far in this tournament. Sorry, yeah, in this tournament, in this match being the first match, of course. I'd like to say hi to Hedy Wernstein, who's tuning in from New Jersey. There's Ringer coming back in onto the field as well with Fede von Potowski. So our chucker by chucker, as you can see there for our Polo Line viewers, 1 apiece, 1 to 3 at the end of chucker number 2, 3-6 going into the half-time break, but only 1 goal scored there by Bangash, but 4 was scored by Dubai Wolves, levelling up the score here now. 7 goals apiece it is. So 2 teams lining up in front of us here for Matthias Babeni. Matthias bowls that ball into play it goes, the ball pops up, couldn't pick it up, couldn't say. Coming onto it there to try and spoil that play there was Tomasito, but Hussein comes away with it, avoids the hook there from Porto, comes forward, tries to drag the ball forward, couldn't, but falls here now for Tomasito. Tomasito playing that ball on the bounce here now, does Tomasito. Tomasito yields off, leaves it there for Fede, but it's picked up in there by Hussein, but Fede comes up with the spoils here this time. Fede out there for Tomasito, who takes up the play here now. He's got Ringer gone forward. Can he go with the long one? Tries to, but it still falls a little bit short there of Santi to get onto, so Tomasito can get back onto his own play once again, settles things down. He's got Habtoor coming to play this morning play, decides to get a move on, goes to his near side, gets hooked off out of it. Habtoor looks to the backhand, comes off the pony, but the man who picks it up there is Pinello. Pinello once again, Pinello up on the play. He's been protected there by Felix as he keeps his ball, just moving up here now. Santi's out there to look after Tomasito, gives him the option, goes by himself here, goes forward, avoids that hook again, doesn't manage to drag it forward, but he's got Santi in there behind, and Santi picks that one up forward, but in doing so shows too much of it for Tomasito onto his near side, the big near side backhand. It's high, not quite the distance for Fede to come onto, but he just manages to get onto it, but he's been marked hard there by Felix. Felix sends that one up forward. In comes Tomasito. Tomasito looks to take it away, avoids one hook, but Santi's working on him, trying to get hold of this ball here. Tomasito comes away with it. Can he get back onto the next play? Just yielding off it is going to have to be Felix. White on the play here now. Gets told to use it, does so, sends it up near side. Beautiful stroke and pick up there by Fede von Potowski. Potowski going goalward bound here with momentum. It is Potowski's going to take it all the way himself. Potowski off the goalpost and through the goal it goes for Fede von Potowski. That's second cracking goal there. Good running goals by Fede von Potowski. Picked that ball up nicely and in towards the goal he goes and says thank you very much indeed, sneaking it inside that right hand goalpost does Fede von Potowski. So back out to the lead it is, 8 goals to 7 as the scores. The 2 teams come back to the middle of the field for umpire Babeni to bowl this ball in. 5 chuckers of Polo being played here. The 5th and possibly final chucker, and the ball goes into play. Out it comes, looking to pick it up there is going to be Santi. Santi up there for Pinello. Pinello forward, up onto his near side, leaves it now for Laborde. Laborde sends a little backhand, cancelling the play, leaving it for Felix, working well for these 3 here now. Felix comes forward once again, tries to get up past Ringer. Ringer hooks him off out of that one there. Pinello's looking for something out of that as a player comes across him, and we get a whistle on the play. And we see on the replay here now from Polo Line. And we have a spot penalty, what looks like it's from the 30-yard line, 40-yard line rather, in favour of Wolves. You see Habtoor just quickly scooched off to go and get changed up the Villa end of the field whilst he's up there. The Ringer going all the way to the scoreboard end. So players called. There's Porto, he's just changing as well. And it is. Sends it straight through the goals there. Does Benka Pinello, levelling up the scores once again. 8 apiece it is here now in chucker number 5. So lovely penalty scored there by Penelos, they line up once again, the ball into play, back of the line out, trying to come away with this one here was Ringer, couldn't get hold of it though, but Santi has, and he sends this forward, and Penelo's loose again. Penelo going up forward, you see cutting the angle down there is Potowski, looking for the little cut shot, he's correct, he's direct, and straight through the goals it is there for Benka Penelo. For 9 goals it is now to Wolves, 8 goals for Bangash, you can see, goes out there, opens that shoulder up beautifully to get that angle, and straight through the goals it is for Benka Penelo. So back to the middle of the field once more, goal for goal here. Counting it down, looks for a gap as the umpire gets that ball bowled in. Potowski looks to try and pick it up. Ringer does, sends it out there for Potowski. Goes up forward to the player. Potowski goes first time, goes with the next shot up here now for Ringer. Ringer sends it forward, comes off the pony, and it goes forward back towards the back line. But the first onto it is Ringer. Ringer picks it up, but he leaves it behind, and the backhand comes in by Laborde. Turns that one away, does the same, but it's been quickly picked up and intercepted well there by Ringer. Ringer onto another one here now. He's ridden off out of that play as the ball goes in towards the goal, and through the goal it is there by Genero Ringer. There's a little bit of traffic in the way. Let's see if we can see anything. Players are looking for something out of that there. You see he comes forward. And through the goals it is. The goal stands, 9 goals apiece. Started 7-7, 4 goals already been scored here in this chukker. And 2:25 on the clock left to play here. As Matthias lines the two teams up, looks for a little bit of order and a vague resemblance of a gap. Get that ball bowled in and stop these little melees, and man comes forward with it. Tomasito sends the backhand, sends it through the traffic, but the first to pick it up is going to be Penelo. Penelo checks. You see Ringer comes in, gets kept off out of it there by Habtoor, comes forward once again, but it's Hyder tries to pick it up, but no, Penelo's back onto it. Penelo in there, being worked on hard, but he manages to keep the ball out towards the side, comes back onto the boards here now, backhand there by Potowski, straight down the boards it goes, but there's no white shirts there to receive that one there, but it looks like it is going to be Laborde. Laborde checks, turns, comes, faces forward once again, back in attack and puts it out into open space, but doesn't quite get the distance he might have been looking for. Tomasino gets a bit on that one there, but he's helped out once again here by Potowski. Potowski goes down the boards on that one there, but it looks like Penelo can get onto it. No, he can't. He yields off and leaves it. In comes Tomasito, ridden off out of that play. Work turns, comes back. You see he's back on Little Cheever again. Comes up with the spoils here now. Likes this little grey pony. Takes it forward, then plays the backhand in towards the danger zone. But who's back first onto it? It's going to be Penelo. Plays a little backhand very cleverly. Instead of chasing around the field, leaves it for the unmarked teammate in the form of Felix. Felix's ball underneath the net here for Penelo once more. Santi's gone up forward. Habtoor's gone forward. They need one here now, and he drives that one. A good long hard ball comes off the top of the mallet of Habtoor, and Habtoor sets sail here now. Habtoor slipped his man, but Tomasito's in there as well, reaches out for it. One more will possibly do. He's gone past goal, goes with a little backhand, couldn't quite pick that one up, but it's picked up here now by Felix. Felix comes in, looks like a tail backhand, but he couldn't quite do so, and the ball gets tough, cleared away there this time, but coming away with it is going to be Potowski once again. Potowski windmilling for that ball to clear it out of the way, and then he does so. Potowski on the attack here once more, going back over to him there is Laborde. Look at that pony just shut down there in Laborde, just literally backpedaling with those back feet, and it's just going to be Potowski trying to come forward through onto it, but it's going to be Laborde, comes up with it, turns, faces back towards his goal once more. Laborde sends a little backhand for Penelo. Penelo comes forward at pace, he's got traffic in front of him, goes with the driving shot in towards the goal, and through the goal it is there for Penelo. What a cracking game he's had here this afternoon as Benka Penelo, as that clock ticks down. We can see on the replay here, lovely little play, Santi just saying the little backhand, he's got traffic in front of him, so he just pops it straight over the top, and through the goals it is, and the final hooter goes, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for the end of our first match in the Gold Cup. Wolves running out the winners, 10 goals to 9, a valiant effort by Bangash, had themselves a commanding lead at one point at half-time, however, resilient as ever were Wolves, and came back, and on the death knell, scored the last goal, goal number 10 for the Wolves by Benka Penelo, 9 goals to 10. So, chukker by chukker, we can see their commanding lead that they did have. It was 1 goal apiece at the end of chukker number 1, 1-3 at the end of chukker number 2, 3-6 at going into the half-time break, 3-goal lead for Bangash. They've been establishing themselves stoically working forward. However, in chukker number 4, the Wolves had come alive, come out of their dens and their burrows, and they levelled up the scores at 7 goals apiece. And at the end of chukker number 5, the highest scoring chukker of the match, with the final score being 10 goals to Wolves, 9 for Bangash. You see Benka walking off the field there. As is Santi, seems to be walking a lot sounder than he was the other day. So. And now we go to some of the best goals here now. That was Tomasito on Chiva. Great goal there by him. Absolutely sensational goal here now by Podolski. Comes forward through onto that one there and makes sure of it. Up at the scoreboard end. I think this was possibly Podolski coming through again on this here. Oh no, that was Pinello. Or was it? No, it was actually Podolski once more. That's when Fedivon Podolski gets his head down and gets going towards goal. There's no stopping. And that is rest assured. And this one here, Pinello. Lovely goal by him there. Podolski on his inside. Opened his shoulder up perfectly. Cut that one straight through the goals. And this here, Podolski once more. There's a lovely running goal there by Fede. Just sneaking that one in through the goals. And this one here. Up. Once again, lovely cut shot there by Pinello. And so our stats, ladies and gentlemen. Final score 10-9. Field goals 6 apiece, actually. Throw-ins, nothing really in it. 10-9. Fouls, nothing really in that either. 12-11. Penalties were secured well there by the Wolves. 4 from 4. 3 from 6 though for Bangash. No corners and no yellow cards. So ladies and gentlemen, from myself, Adam Snowden, Polo Line, we'll see you in about 30 minutes time for our second match in the Gold Cup 2025 between